Like, I know I'm not very good at being close to people, and I've always been very detached since I was a child. And even in my friendships, relationships, my sisters, siblings, things like that. Anything, any relationship I have, it's the kind of relationships where you don't have to talk to the person every single day, but I can go like months, weeks, even a year without talking to people and not be bothered or affected by it. And it's also another mechanism, and it might be a Scorpio thing, I'm not sure. It's also how I protect myself in case of when people who are close to me, people I truly love, dies and pass away. Even if I have a connection with them, it'll be able to let it be once they pass on and leave this life. So I'm kind of helping myself. I don't really like to cling or be attached, though I can be really connected and I like the depths of things and I want to be in tune and diverse with life. I haven't experienced much and I haven't seen many places, and I always wanted to travel. Um, but I want to be mindful when I travel because I've never been anywhere, and I am a woman at the end of the day. There's a lot of things. I'm someone who loves to know it all. Don't like surprises. Don't like not knowing. Don't like lies. Don't like. Don't mind waiting and don't mind the process. But even though I'm like long term investing type person, after I've invested like years or something, I'd be upset. I'll be upset after I've waited so long and I've not yet seen results. So sometimes I can get mad, and sometimes my perspective do shift. Even if I have my mind on a bigger goal, in the midst of the process, my perspective is kind of deceiving because it's not encouraging with how that thought is or the way I'm thinking. Sometimes I have thoughts that keep me up at night, and I'm always thinking, oh, we could be so much further, or we could be making so much more money, or doing so much for our business, helping so many more people. How can we make our YouTube channel better to help more people, or things like that? Or how we can free ourselves from this job. Like, I think about so many different things, or how I'm gonna get this truck I want. I have ideas and things that really, really gonna require some more responsibility, accountability, some more growth, some figuring out, some willfulness, and some dedication and hard work. And I know it's better to work smart and not hard, but some things you have to really work for in order to appreciate. I've never in my life not taking care of things to its full potential. Like, I wear things down to like the brim. Like, if I buy a pair of shoes, you ain't gonna never stop seeing me wear those shoes until they got holes in them. And even if they got holes in it, they gotta be torn apart for me to just let them go. And that's what kind of person I am. I'm like, I wear things, I take care of it for like a really long time, appreciate it, and really get the value out of things. Even the value out of people. I don't use people as tools. I treat people as people, not as objects. I don't use people. I'm not manipulative. I'm somebody who really relies on myself, but I do believe there's times in my life where I think, God, when I really wanted some help with certain things, there was no help. You know what I'm saying? There was just no help. And when I wasn't like really in the need of something, it was, more help than. But when I need, I'm in a need of answers or something like that, I don't have the answers. And I don't really remember having much help growing up or through high school or junior high or any of that. I've probably had it more difficult just trying to figure out what kind of person I want to be, what kind of person I want to be, and just figure out who I was, because early on I had difficulties with learning, having to figure out my mind. I had to figure out my own mind early on, having to learn how to read, and was struggling, was behind in reading, was behind in things like math. I'm not very good at math, and that's a skill that I don't use, but sometimes I do see the significance in when I do use the math, but that's neither here nor there. But like I said, growing up, I had to really work on learning techniques to really figure out my mind and how I learn. I was always observant and quiet, so I learned differently, and I always got absorbent amount of more knowledge and more information. Also, love to pray for wisdom. Love Solomon, love the book of Solomon, and loved everything about Solomon. But I didn't understand, I didn't know much about him when I was growing up. I just knew Solomon spoke words to people and resolved the problem. And I said, I want that ability. Something told me that I should pray for wisdom, and I've been praying for wisdom since I was a kid. So what I'll say is I'm just somebody who loves to learn, very passionate, want to help people, but also I focus more on helping myself, because I know I'm not the most effective or the most efficient unless I'm helping me first, because I don't want to pour from a cup half empty. I want to be my best for me, but also be my best for others. I don't really care for the opinions of others because I don't live off that. But I do care about the value, knowledge, the input, the stuff that I give, the stuff I do, and the stuff I bring to the table, and the value that holds within me and my essence, right? So I'm someone who just really values life in a whole another different perspective. And I know I need to grow in so many areas, right? So many areas. I give myself credit. I'm pretty mature in a lot of things, but there's a lot of growth that needs to happen in me so that I can get to a place where I want to be, do all the things I want to do, buy the land that I want to buy, and build the things I want to build, and have the successful businesses that I want to have. So I have really big vision, and I have long-term invested energy on everything. So everything I've ever done or ever had, I've always used it up to its most value until it no longer works the way it works. It no longer is the way it is. And I'm the same way. Like, I will do something so long until it no longer has value for me at specific points of growth in my life. So this is how LaShaWright becomes a better person. So I really want to step up in my life and do better things. I do feel like sometimes I hold myself back. There's some things that I still need to work on before I can just jump some things. Some things really do take me years to overcome. And I'm not afraid to admit that. Some things take me a while to learn, while other things I learn quickly. If it's really hard, I can learn it fast. Sometimes if it's too simple, I can think there's no, I'm so deep with some things, if it seems like it has no depth or no great value within it, I'm just like, that's too simple. There gotta be more to that. Like, why is it so simple? And sometimes I can make something simple more harder than what it really is. And that is the way my mind works, because I'm so used to working on harder things, and I'm used to facing challenges, and used to having overcome my comfort zones, and really struggle with those things. My inner darkness, my inner demons, and understanding my emotions as a woman, and then taking these emotions, what I feel, really analyzing those things, where those emotions stir up from, take it from an analytical point, or the analytical point, or and then really figure out why I feel like that, how can I solve it, and then is it something that I can move forward with, or is it something that I gotta let go? So I'm somebody who definitely forgives, and I'm somebody who don't regret. So I definitely live by code, but everybody has their own way of living. So hopefully I will reach the goals that I want to reach by the end of this year or by next year, because I really see myself doing better things, but it just seemed like it's taking me such a long time to get there. And can I be bothered by that? Yeah, I'm very bothered. I am very bothered by that, but I'm very positive. Sometimes I feel like I have too much positive energy, but I have a real dominant personality, so I guess I have a strong yin and yang, so it happens. I like to spread light, love, truth, and knowledge. Um, Give back to the world what is given to me 1,000 times fold. So I'm a giver at heart. But yeah, that's all I do to really work on myself. I just take time to acknowledge the things, search, really understand myself, really understand my thinking patterns, really understand like what the problems is in my process of learning or my processes of thinking. What's really holding me back, like what comfort zones am I facing, or what is something that I'm taking too long to grow out of, or what is something that no longer serves me value, that I'm still holding on to, or it's so deeper. uh, Me becoming a better person really just takes time. And I am a good person, but like I said, becoming the best person I can be really gonna take some time. It's gonna take some years of growth, because I'm only 26 and I got so much life in me and so much ahead of me that I believe that I can be so much better than I am now. And I'm not belittling myself, because I'm not out. They say don't despise small beginnings. Don't despise small beginnings, and I truly believe that, and I do my best not to do that, because I do like the small things, and I believe in the significance of the small and the little, because they have power, and they make the big more significant and more valuable. So that's it for today. This video is how to be your best self, or this is how Mayola becomes her best self. So that's my video for today.